To live a good life requires good judgment. To have good judgment means to make good decisions. And the only way you can make good decisions is if you have knowledge and wisdom. And true wisdom comes from the Word of God. Walked away from living in my apartment, my own apartment, a high rise, on my first apartment by myself with my daughter, from making good money. I had got my car. Like, I walked away from all of that and walked myself, literally because of a decision that I made. I walked myself into a completely different life. Like, I tore down my own life based on bad judgment. You get what I'm saying? Like, you want to see the good in everybody, but everybody ain't good. You get what I'm saying? You want to believe that everybody's for you, but everybody's not for you. Everybody's not good for you. Every decision is not good. Like, there's a good and bad for a reason. You always have a choice. And whatever decision you make, there's always a yes or a no. There's always a good and a bad. Like, there's always right or wrong. But it requires good judgment for you to... You can't know for sure what any decision is going to hold, but it requires good judgment for you to sit in the unknown and based on what you know, what you feel like is going to be best for you. I had bad judgment. You get what I'm saying? I was learning. I did a lot. And I walked away from that. And like I said, signed myself up for a whole different life. I can't act like, and this is why I say I walked myself there, because I can't deny the fact that the red flags were there. You get what I'm saying? Like, you should have never got yourself into this considering what you do know. You can look at what you don't. You can say what you don't know, but you can also look at what you do know and consider that in whatever decision you're trying to make. At that point, it's not a decision, it's a risk. Because you're literally just walking into the unknown, you know nothing about it, you have nothing. That's a risk. When you're making a decision, you have to weigh in what you do know along with potentially what could happen, but you don't know. Considering what I did know, I should have never did it anyway. Because I know myself, and I know that, okay, you know what this already is. You already see the flags. You've already had revealance of who and what kind of person you're dealing with. And knowing how loving and caring you are, you walked yourself into a situation like you were really going to be able to go down there and focus. You just knew what you wanted and you went for the wrong thing. And that's okay. Like, we make mistakes. That's okay. But you learn from them. That's the key part. Whatever mistakes you make, learn from them. That's what matters. Like, don't let the lesson be for no reason. At least learn from it. If you don't get nothing else out of it, take heed and apply it so you can avoid it and you don't have to repeat it. Reached a certain level of desperation. I started planning, like, God started being back planted in my life. So I had such a huge hole and void in my life that, nothing made me happy. I was unhappy every day. I started becoming the person that I really didn't want to be. Just started planting the word back into me, like listening to God on like little morning things. And honestly, I can say that God literally, He saw me and heard the cry of my heart. I literally had reached a point of being so tired and being so fed up and desperate, but having no way out. Like, I literally imagine it like when you find yourself at the bottom of the tunnel. You fell down the well, you at the bottom of the well. And imagine the light at the top of the well. That circle just closing in to where you almost don't see any light. That is the point of desperation and depression that I have reached of. It almost wasn't any light left. Like, lost all hope, all motivation, all drive, all morals, all of my confidence, all of my things. You get what I'm saying? I lost it. You get what I'm saying? And at this point, I'm dealing with things that I would never deal with, to the point where I'm basically losing my character as well. So the light was pretty much non-existent. But I'm telling you, it was just at a random moment where I had got so tired that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm leaving Atlanta. I'm out of here. Stuff started pushing me to leave. So I'm like, I'm about to move back to Houston because I don't want to move to Indianapolis. I am moving back to Houston. I hit 6 months and I'm like, that was not intentional. That was unintentional by me, but very intentional by God, that I hit a 6-month mark. Now that I think about it, my life has had a pattern of 6-month increments. And I'm actually right now less than 3 weeks away from hitting another 6-month mark of me being in Indianapolis, which is so crazy. It's something about these 6-month increments. Like, this is how God has been working in my life. 6-month increments. Like, every 6 months for me is drastically different from the one right before. Okay, I was like, I'm about to move. Boom, I was supposed to be getting another apartment. This is how crazy I am. This is how foolish we can be without the Spirit of God in us. Because in spite of everything that I've been through, I was about to make bad character corrupts good judgment. So I literally, considering all that I had already been through, why I'm even running from Atlanta, and why I'm trying to leave Atlanta, I was about to sign myself back up in Houston to be back in the same foolishness. This is how God even saved me from that. I'm about to leave. I'm so hot. I'm ready to leave everybody. I'm like, I'm gone. Forget Atlanta. I'm out of here. And I'm leaving whoever I gotta leave behind. If you can't get with it, get lost. Like, the way God worked is, I was about to sign myself up for something, but God had me. He didn't have me. He had the circumstance work out for my best benefit before I could even see why it wasn't supposed to go the way I was trying to have it go. The Lord went ahead of me. Like, he's like, baby girl, you already tired. I see that you have intentions to do what is right, but your flesh has you making foolish and reckless mistakes consistently. Like, you're not just making one, you're making multiple consistent foolish decisions. Like, let me help you. I see you trying, you're still falling short, and that's okay, but let me help you. So things started working out in my benefit without even any effort from me. It worked out in the point where it set me up in the future. The way this situation from 3 months prior, the way it played out 3 months ago, was set up to save me 3 months from then. And there's no way I could have known that it was necessary, but God knew. I was put in position by God to do what it is that He led me back to Houston to do. And that is like, just, I would say brief, why I disappeared off of YouTube, why I wasn't making no content, because I was ashamed. I was ashamed. I was in no condition to show my face, show my body. I had no confidence of myself to even sit in front of a camera, even talk, because I wasn't even positioned to believe anything that I would say to myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, at this point, don't get on here lying, acting like something you're not, because then you become a hypocrite. Like, I was real life struggling and battling with things, so there was really nothing for me to get in the camera and be happy about. And that is the main gist of what happened in Atlanta, why I disappeared, and, you know, just to catch you guys up on why I was gone. I did not just disappear off of YouTube because I wanted to. Life just really started lifing for me, and as a 24-year-old single mom, I was trying to figure it out for myself. I was losing a phone every other month. I was in no position to record and maintain a YouTube channel. I wish I was, because I had so many things that I could have shown, and maybe I'll talk more about that in another video. But there were so many people that I met, so many connections that I made, so many relationships I built, so many places that I had gone that I would have loved to showcase that. As y'all see, the only video that I really did show from Atlanta was being backstage with Key Glock. And that was a really fun experience. But even in that moment, I was not anywhere mentally, spiritually, physically, or emotionally stable to confidently make a video. I think even in that video you can see my insecurity and my lack of confidence. I don't know, maybe it's just me because I knew. But if you compare that to previous videos in my life that I made on YouTube to that era. So I'm wrapping up on this video, y'all. But like I was saying, even in those times you can look and compare the two and see that something was different about Tamisha. I don't know. She got a little... I didn't really show too much, so it might not be too much to compare it to, but the little bit that was shown, you can see. And even on my Instagram, my feed, when I had my pictures on my page, the pictures from Houston, I mean, you can see bright, happy, like you can feel my energy throughout the photos. And in Atlanta, I don't think I ever smiled in the picture. Like, I never smiled. Because that's literally how I felt. It was nothing to be happy about. But I'm truly grateful for the people that were around me, supporting me and loving me in spite of my foolishness, my recklessness, and the decisions that I just kept getting myself into. And I think the piece of advice that I would say is, like, to live a good life requires good judgment. To have good judgment means to make good decisions. And the only way you can make good decisions is if you have knowledge and wisdom. And true wisdom comes from the Word of God. Like, there is no way you can know what to do. There's no way you can do what you're supposed to do if you don't even know what you're supposed to do. And that is where I found myself, like, led to the Word of God to really, like, show me the way I'm supposed to be living, because I have a lot of energy and I have a lot of motivation and ambition in me that I just applied it to the wrong thing. And when I have now applied it to the right thing, I know that the outcome is going to actually produce fruit, it's going to bear fruit, and it's going to produce longevity, instead of like me achieving and accomplishing things in life the wrong way with a rocky foundation, and then when the storm comes and things get hard, you lose everything that you achieved. And 9 times out of 10, you lose those things way quicker than you got them. It requires so much out of you, but it doesn't last. Like, what good is it to do anything if it's not gonna last? And that's where I'm at. I'm starting over. I'm not starting over, but I have started over, because y'all are kind of late. I'm like just now getting to a place where I have enough time, and I just feel like God is allowing me to get back on YouTube, that now I'm in a place where I can actually create content and actually produce the kind of content that I truly want to give. Who can talk about this kind of stuff when they're living in it? You know what I mean? I want to do that real time, but I'm just catching y'all up, because I'm catching y'all up to where I am now, and then we're going to walk real time together. But I think this camera's about to die, so I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope y'all enjoyed my new intro, and I hope y'all enjoyed this outro. I am on the road to gaining my subscribers back, gaining new subscribers, and getting back paid on YouTube, because as y'all know, I've been gone for a very long time, and I just got cut off from being monetized like not too long ago. But I'm already past the halfway mark threshold. The requirement is like 3,000 watch hours, and I think I'm at like 1,700. So I have a little work to put in, but it's worth the commitment, and I love creating content anyway. So this is not really like a job. It's just like, again, like I rebuilt my foundation. So now at this point, everything that I produce with God will not be taken from me. Like, it's actually gonna last, because this will be my last time having to get remonetized on YouTube. Like, everything that I had accomplished was literally snatched away, and I believe that that was God just telling me to, okay, you see what you can get. I'm gonna take it away from you and see how you get it back. And if the world can do this for you, What do you think you can accomplish with me? And that's where I'm at. And I'm now letting you guys in. I hope you guys are just, you know, down to walk and grow and see and learn God with me and witness my journey and my growth. And I hope you guys enjoy it, because it's real life. It's not real raw anymore. We've upgraded it to vulnerable. And this is my channel, and this is the beginning of a very new and better thing. So worth the wait, I feel like. I'm super excited. And yeah, go catch up on those videos. Let's share, let's like, let's comment, you know, let's get back to it. I have a Q&A coming soon, so there are a lot of good videos I have in the stash that I'm really looking forward to pushing out. And I think I've been officially going for probably about an hour, but it was necessary. So yeah, I love you guys. This is me and Callie's thing. This is how we do it. She gets it perfect. Okay, I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next